I think identity is way too complex of a topic to be discussed online. And to emphasize my point, I'm going to be doing stereotypical Latina makeup as an sabo. My hair's wet and it's just gonna dry however it dries. Oh well. I think, especially now that it's like Pride Month and there's a lot of discussion about like sexual orientation and your personal identity and stuff.
Be who you are for your pride.
I think it's just such a complex topic that I just don't partake in it anymore online. Okay, anyways, I just don't partake in it online anymore because it's not something that you can just like look at and say, oh yeah, right, yeah, you're this, because that's what you look like, that's what you act like, that's what you are, that's you, whatever. Because whatever, it's so stupid, and I don't like when people like try to make it like that, because it's something you have to live with, I think. For example, I'm mixed. I'm Mexican and then I'm white. The problem is though, I've never really related to my white side as much as I have my Mexican side, because I grew up kind of primarily and kind of only surrounded by my Mexican side. So because of that, sometimes when people ask me, I just straight up say, oh yeah, I'm Mexican, because that's the side I know more, and that's the side I'm more comfortable with, and that's the culture I know. I don't really know my white side as much. However, if I were to tell someone this, especially another person who might be fully Mexican, fully Hispanic, fully from like Latin America, I'm gonna be met with something crazy. And the thing is, I do understand why that's the reaction, because also I think in America, race, ethnicity, and all that is such a different topic compared to the rest of the world because of how America was built, that a lot of the times it is a little, if you're not from America or not from a country that, you know, the people who are there aren't the original people, you know what I mean? Like white Americans aren't the original Americans, or like even somewhere like Australia or Canada or the UK, actually they are from there, but you know what I mean. You're gonna be a little confused when you see people and they're calling themselves like Mexican American, I don't know, German American, Polish American, stuff like that, and you're like, well, you've never been there. Because to the rest of the world, typically your ethnicity is your nationality. So I understand why people get kind of confused, sometimes angry at Americans for calling themselves blank American, because I understand that to a lot of people, it's like, well, you don't know I don't want to say struggles, but you don't know what it's like to live there, so how are you from here? And I think it's just that there's this disconnect between other countries and how they treat ethnicity and race, and then America and how we treat ethnicity and race. Also, I think, I've always said this, I'm glad that America, I don't like America, but I'm glad America, like, recognizes race and recognizes it's a thing, and that's just what, that's what's gonna happen when you have a lot of people in your country. And I like, even though it is negative sometimes, even though sometimes it's positive, whatever, it's still something that's recognized by the greater majority, unlike, I'd say, majority of other countries, where it's kind of this thing where it's like, well, I don't really like anybody else who isn't our, monolithic ethnicity, so everyone else is stupid. Do you guys get where I'm going with this? I hate these stupid Rocket Money ads, and it's like, how many subscriptions are you paying for? And the person's like, I don't know. And then it's like, oh, I'm paying for 500 million. Stupid. It's just so complex that I don't like it when conversations happen online and people are like trying to dictate what is and isn't a part of an identity, what is and isn't a part of something. Because it's like, well, there might be a reason why people are like, for example, why I would call myself Mexican, or like why I would say like, oh, I'm Mexican mixed with white or something like that, instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'm mixed in whatever. Like, there's a reason for that. It's not just because, I don't know, I want to claim that, or, wait, I do want to claim that. You know, it's not because I'm, like, disappointed in my white side or anything like that. It's literally just because that's what I've always known. So it's been, especially in my experience, it's been kind of weird, because also I never know if people can tell, because some people can, some people can't. And I've noticed there's this weird thing with, like, white people, is that they can tell, like, immediately. Like, they have a sixth sense for something. Like, if someone's mixed and they can't really tell what they are, they have, like, a sixth sense on what they're mixed with. If it's white and something else, they know what the something else is. And that's not always bad. I'm just saying, I think it's funny. I have also been confused for Asian, but that's okay. Yeah, or, like, even when, like, sexuality, crazy. I've never liked that, because some people do know. Some people know for sure that this is what they are, and that's awesome. I wish, and I think it's just, you have your whole life with you. You have your whole life, and I don't like that people try to forget that. You don't have to decide who you are at 18 years old. What? And some people do. Some people do. Some people decide that this is who they are when they're, 13. And that's fine. But some people don't. And I think especially people who are, like, unlabeled, or maybe they've changed labels a lot of times. I have. It's just like, oh, well, I don't know. It literally doesn't really, it doesn't entirely matter, because at the end of the day, they know that there's something with them that probably doesn't align with, like, the heteronormative lifestyle. And they know that there's something else with them, they just don't know what. And yeah, especially, or, like, even with, like, the whole, like, bi girlfriend with her boyfriend, bi girlfriend with her boyfriend, or bi guy, probably gay though. It's like, well, you're stupid now, because now you're policing people's identities. What? Also, why is it always bi girls with their boyfriends? Is it because you guys can, like, I don't know, fetishize bi guys or something? Bi guys! Oh! I don't know, I just think, like, when conversations of identity come up, I think it's important just to realize that everyone has a different identity. And there's reasons as to why certain people are the way they are. You don't have to like it, I'm just saying. There's certain reasons to why people are the way they are. Why people might identify with one thing and not the other. Why, whatever. I especially hate also when, not to defend guys, not to defend men, but it is annoying when, like, men are being maybe more traditionally, like, quote-unquote feminine. And people are like, like, especially if they have a girlfriend or something, and they'll be like, check your boyfriend. Lavender marriage. Okay, Issa editing here. I started complaining about what a lavender marriage is. I realized I was kind of wrong about it. I was partially right. I said that, it's only between two gay people, like a lesbian and a gay guy. It can't be between, like, a straight person and a gay person. I was wrong about that. So here's me showing you the meaning of it, because I started getting really mad at my own misinterpretation. Anyways, they'll be like, check your boyfriend. Are you sure your boyfriend likes you? Are you sure? You guys are stupid. You guys are literally upholding these weird patriarchal freaking heteronormative ideas that you're, like, so adamantly against. But you're upholding them. Whatever. And I know sometimes people who make those comments aren't upholding it, and they genuinely do think that. But yeah, I think that I just think some people just, when it comes to certain things with identity, they just go so far left, they end up going right. And I think that's when you get a lot of policing over, like, what people can and can't do. And I don't know. Who cares? Like, genuinely, at the end of the day, who cares? I don't care. I can have my opinions. I don't, besides that, though, it's not like I'm gonna do anything. Like, there's some, like, admittedly, there is some things that just don't make sense to me. Like, when, not he, him lesbians, but people who, like, identify as male but are still lesbian, that confuses me. I don't get that. I don't get that. But also, what am I gonna do? Nothing. I'm not gonna do anything about it. Whatever. All I care enough is to complain about it. That's it. At least I'm admitting that. At least I'm admitting that all I care about is just to complain about it. and maybe call it weird, and that's it. Well, I guess I'm doing that publicly now, but typically privately I'll do it. Going back to like my original topic of like ethnic identity, I definitely think that America, for a good reason, I think, has such a unique relationship with your ethnicity and your nationality that I do, like, again, I understand why people outside of America get really confused and really like, what are you talking about? Like, not just Latin America, just like in general, I'll see like European Americans, or sometimes like I've seen what the heck? Just forgot what I was talking about. Like literally anywhere in the world, no matter where you're from, like there's gonna be people from that country being like, okay, well you're not, because you're not from here. But it's like, no, you don't get it. That was kind of the point of America. The point of America was that you're not from you're not from that other place, but you still are celebrating it. Because you love it so much, you wanted to go and bring it here and share it. I love immigration.
I love abortion and trans people and migrants and birth control and immigrants and gay people.
That's so fun. And I think especially now with the World Cup happening, I think a lot of, it's primarily Europeans, but other people, that's what I've seen is primarily Europeans, like realizing, being like, oh, America, like, okay, there's a reason why they act that way. There's a reason why, like, if you go to, like, for example, Chicago, and you have, like, these places that are, like, hubs for certain ethnicities. Like, people are proud of where they're from. It's just they're also proud of, you know, trying to achieve, like, the American dream. And whatever, oh, I didn't do my eyebrows. And whatever that means. And I think focusing on, okay, I've never done my brows before like this. This is going to be a journey. I think focusing on Latin America and Hispanics and whatever, especially the Latino population in America that is like me and was born here, and probably their parents were also born here, like it's like a second or third generation type thing. I think that especially like is such a unique hold on, I have to focus. It's such a unique perspective, I think, that is, especially because how close, South America, Latin America, America, the United States. It's how close in proximity it is that I don't know, it does make sense, especially politically, like why some people do get offended over Americans, like Latin Americans, US, not knowing like Spanish or not knowing certain cultures and blah, blah, blah. And that always sucked for me growing up because I kind of knew Spanish. I would say one of those most albums that like I understand Spanish, I just can't recuperate it. And I could if I tried. If I wanted to, I could, but I've tried and then I get like embarrassed. And I know people say this and they're like, okay, well it's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be embarrassing. It's not really. It's more embarrassing because like if like a white person who's never spoke Spanish before starts speaking it and they're like have like a really thick American accent or something, that'll get more praise than like me trying to speak something. And like my family speaks Spanish, especially the older generation speaks Spanish, so it's like, I don't know. It just sucks trying to, I mean, just in general, it's gonna always suck trying to explain ethnicity in America to people outside of America because they don't deal with this on the daily basis. They don't deal with, and I know this sounds very American-centric, where it's like, you guys don't know what it's like to have immigrants in your country, but you don't. To this extent. I don't think, you don't know what it's like to have a country that's built off of that. Like, that's the point of your country, was to have them and was to celebrate them. So it's like really hard. Holy shit, I'm like really bad at this. So it's like really hard to try and conceptualize this I'm gonna kill myself, to a person. Because it's just it's just something you have to, like, I guess, live here and understand why people act the way they are, why people whatever. And it sucks because I've always been so, my mom has always, like, even sometimes when I say, like, oh, I'm half white, she'll be like, no, you're Mexican. I was like, okay, well, tell that to the world. Or, like, what's her name, Jenna Ortega? And they were like, oh, she doesn't speak Mexican. She doesn't speak Spanish well enough. She doesn't speak Spanish well enough. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you want? What do you want from people? Like, I don't know. That's just me complaining now. And it's not that I'm not complaining for no reason. Also, like, I am trying to learn Spanish. It's just, I don't know, I guess it's just embarrassing trying to speak it and then you're met with like, oh, maybe don't try to speak it. No, you don't have to, it's okay. Yikes. But then, like, let this freaking a random white person be like, hola. They'll be like, oh. Random white guy goes to Chinese restaurant speaking fluent Mandarin. Oh my god. Like, that's what that's what it's like. And I bet it's, and I think it is like that for many other people in America who, you know, are their families from somewhere else, but they might not speak the language as well or something. I don't know. And again, this is just from my perspective of growing up. I think I'm third generation. I actually don't know how my family works. Just weird and confusing. And that's why I think this isn't something you discuss online and argue about online, because it's so much more than just where you're born, how you were raised, whatever. How you were born. If you're a C-section, can't be Mexican. Sorry. Oh, my sister. Now I'm just kind of ranting and talking. Okay, now I'm gonna set my makeup. Yes. And we're just gonna set this entire thing. Because from what and this is like kind of based off, I guess, yeah, based off personal experience, what I've seen. It's, I don't want to say it's cakey, but it's definitely matte. Like, the makeup, like, that is some matte makeup. I remember watching, like, my cousin do this makeup for, like, school. School? What? It's 7 in the morning. Like, girls at school would do this. Like, props to them. Oh my god. This is hard. It's not hard. It's just, like, this is, yeah, you'd be freaking talented to do this. Holy moly. You gotta understand your face, I think. And I don't think they put on this much blush, but sorry. I just really like blush. I don't actually have a bronzer, but I have this palette, so I'll use this instead. Comment below if you are the no sabo of your ethnicity, whatever it may be. And also, I grew up in an area that was, like, heavily, like, there's so many people, different types of people from all over the world where I live, so it's like I've kind of used to just seeing people, some who know a lot of Spanish or a lot of whatever their language is, some who don't, some who pretend they're not even a part of that ethnicity. And that's the problem also, is that I love being Mexican. I think it's the funnest thing in the world. And I will never understand. I think that's where some of the discrepancy comes from, is that no, I will never understand what it's like to live in Mexico, what it's like to live elsewhere, whatever, because of where I was born. I understand that perspective of being annoyed with that, because yeah, growing up in America, my eyebrows are so bad. Having that perspective, or this like very privileged perspective of living in America, obviously it makes sense why people are gonna be annoyed and be like, well, you're stupid, like you don't know what it's like, because it's like, I don't know, it's like, yes, because I live an incredibly privileged life, especially where I live in America, that I won't ever understand it, but I understand it in my own way and how I've grown up, which might be something that you don't understand. It's whatever. I hate it. Sorry, I just remember. I hate it when people say that they're gonna get canceled and like they're a nobody. They're like, this could cancel me. This could cancel me. Who are you? What? Who are you? Get out of here. This is gonna cancel me. For what? You're ugly? You're ugly and you said the N-word? What? No, you'll probably lose your job. What? I hate this oh my god, wait, let's talk about that. I hate when people are like, oh, cancel culture is so stupid. Cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. Because it is stupid. It is stupid. But also, cancel culture low-key doesn't even exist anymore. And it low-key, I would argue it never existed. Some people were being held accountable, but even now, like, people, they're not really held accountable. They're just kind of, low-key, some people are just kind of, like, made into a joke. And then, because they're made into a joke, people are like, oh, well, it's fine then. Like, I can, whatever. sorry, I don't do this makeup. I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone, so like I don't do this type of makeup ever, even when I do like makeup looks and stuff. From my personal experience, like watching people in my family do this makeup, they don't really put a lot of eyeshadow on, which kind of sucks. And also, I don't think they put on this much blush. I think that's just a me thing. I had to, sorry. I'm just gonna put this like there. I'll do that and I'll just blend it in my finger. Blend it in my finger. The problem is now I have to do lashes. I probably should have done them before. These are lash clusters. I wore these for prom. It was my first time doing it. Do I do my mascara before? I'll do it before. Guys, guys, look away, look away. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I don't know. Do they put stuff on their bottom lash? Well, they are today. I see girls like this in school. I thought it was so cool and impressive that they could do this every single day. Oh, like that's God's strongest soldiers, bro. Maybe I should put more effort in how I look. I'll do an entire vlog and it's just me trying to find my style. Oh yeah, I'm doing this because I saw like a couple of photos where they had white on their under waterline. And I tried not to use photos of that one girl. I'm doing this based off of memory and also based off Pinterest. And there's this picture of this one girl that a lot of people use for inspo. But the problem is she's like a faker. She's like not Mexican or a Latino or anything. She's like Polish or something. Which in Chicago, that's kind of the same thing. But everywhere else it's not. So she was like a freaking faker. Okay guys, let's try this. And everyone's gonna say, Issa, you're not doing it right. And I'm gonna say, exactly. Holy, I need to do this in the mirror. I literally have no idea how I did this the one time. The one time I did this. And it went well. This is so hard. How do people do this? I don't like wearing false lashes. I was supposed to learn how and I never did, so it's my fault. Okay, I can't do it. I give up. If there's one thing about me, I'm a quitter. And if there's one thing about me, I fucking hate that. I'll try that again another time when I'm not on camera and I have like 10 hours to try and do it. I did it once and I don't know why I can never do it again. Am I stupid or something? Probably. Okay, well now I can take this off my eyelashes. I have these ones. I think I've only worn them once and they're not cut to my eyes. So we're gonna have to fix that. I just don't think I'm having good luck today with this. Holy moly, I'm gonna die. And this one, I cut it to my eye, it's not going on. I think it's my fault. Am I just stupid? Do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put on eyeliner. Let's do that while this stupid lash is stupid. Like, well, these girls like who do this, like they're the backbones of not only society, but like makeup, bro. Oh, hey guys, so this is as good as
Bitch, I can't see.
Bitch, snap out of it.
Bitch, I can't fucking see.
I'm done. I'm done with this. This one wasn't that bad. This one? Whatever. Stupid. And of course, ending it off with matte lips. Actually, I just got this yesterday. I really like the combo. I've been trying to find my lip combo. If you guys want to help me, look at my face and tell me what you think would look good for my lip combo. Whoa, this is really bad. I think it's actually falling off. I'm taking this off like as soon as I'm done. I don't care. It was going so well until I had to do that. Okay, wait. Finished, done. I should like rehydrate this makeup, but I don't know where my setting spray is. Oh well. This is the final look. My hair is, it's wet, so I could just, yeah. Cute. Moral of the story, stop arguing online. You're not gonna get anywhere because there's 8 billion people in this world who all have a different experience. Yeah, you're never getting anywhere with that. And everyone's different, and we should celebrate that. We should celebrate that everybody's different. And that I am a really annoying privileged American.